What's quack-a-lacking, guys? I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome back to another video on marquee matchups. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 different matches. Now, I don't think that 4 of these are going to be included. I'm including a couple of big derbies, a couple of lower league derbies, and then a Premier League game, because you always need a Premier League game. Whether or not they'll include the big ones is up to you guys to make the decision, but I'm going to let you know about them anyway. So as you can see, the first match we have is Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid. We have the big Madrid derby from La Liga. Now, these are 2 huge clubs, and the benefit of getting in and investing in them now, so almost a day before, is you can still pick up players for basically as close to discard as you can. That's a huge bonus as well. The likes of Casemiro's going for under 2,000 coins. Because there is the SBCs out at the moment, because there's the La Liga SBC, all these players are already slightly inflated in price. If it requires 2 Real Madrid, 2 Atletico players of Spanish nationality or something, then just make sure you cover all your angles. There's plenty of chances to still invest in this game, even so close to marquee matchups, simply because nobody seems to be really talking about this anymore. Right, guys, so the second match we're going to look at is going to be in the Hyundai League, the Australian League. And it's known as the F3 Derby, apparently. So this is between 2 teams, Central Coast Mariners, and the other team that's involved in this are, if I can find them on here, it's the Jets, the Newcastle Jets, there we go. So these 2 teams have big rivalry, obviously. It's a big derby, and we can still pick up players for this for very cheap on the transfer list. So if we're having a look down, you can win these bids easily for 150 coins apiece. You've got Bayern now for 200 coins. But looking through here, you can see that most of them are strikers and goalkeepers. Try and pick up different positions, midfielders, fullbacks if you can. The same price, but there's just too many goalkeepers and strikers. Try and varietize it up. That's not even a word, but you know what I mean to do. They may make requirements based on nationality, based on league, so picking up other players in this league might not be an awful idea. If you can pick up silvers for the same price, pick up silvers, but just go for discard players with this. So if we're wrong and it's not included, you don't have any kind of risk and you're barely losing any coins. Okay, guys, we move to the Bundesliga now, and we've got the big derby here. We've got FC Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund. Now, the same logic goes for this as does the La Liga derby, the Madrid derby. It's a huge, huge game, and we've still got a chance to get in and invest. Look at this, road for under 1,000 coins. Easy investments absolutely everywhere. Just pick them up for as close to discard as you possibly can, and it massively minimalizes the risk involved. There's 2 massive games, the Madrid derby and this German derby. One of them is very likely to be included, if not both. That's why I like to spread our options, investing in a little bit of each. If you feel one's going to be picked, go crazy on it and just believe. But we've got 2 massive, massive games here. If both are excluded from marquee matchups, I'd be very surprised. Just do your research, see what you think is going to come up, and pick up cards for discard value. Okay, guys, the next match we're going to look at is going to be in the Swiss League. It's going to be between the 2 top clubs in the league. You've got Young Boys, who are second, and Basel, who are top. Now, I don't think, from what I research anyway, this is a big derby as such, but it's the 2 top teams in the league. Basel have pretty much got it wrapped up, the whole league wrapped up. They're about 17 points clear, I think. But it's still a massive game for the 2 clubs, and it's another one we can invest in for very, very cheap. So if we look at the transfer list, the golds are basically discard. Well, they are discard value. The bronzes are minimum bids. You've got so many different options with both of these clubs, and it covers another cheaper route as well to the market. Now, if one of these cheap ones comes in and you need 2 players from the club, this is where we make an absolute killing from this. Just, again, I can't stress this enough, and I'm going to mention this with every single marquee matchup I pick. Just pick them up for discard. Then you carry no risk. But also, make sure you're looking at the nationality and thinking about potential requirements. Make sure you're thinking about the positions. Not picking up a position where it's completely flooded, but not picking up a position where if it's not included in the formation, you're going to lose out. Be smart with your choices and make easy money if it comes in. Right, guys, so the final game we're going to look at was a midweek game. So it's already been and gone, but it was between Chelsea and Manchester City. Now, these are 2 top teams in the league, as you guys probably know. And although it's not a weekend game, EA have included midweek games before. Now, this is the only huge Premier League game that I could think of that they could include. We can pick players up for fairly cheap, but it's very hard to find them for discard. Maybe we could get an Elito for discard here. That'd be crazy. No, I didn't think so. If you can pick up any of these players for discard, then you're going to make an absolute killing if it's included. But if you're finding yourself spending a bit more than discard, then you're maximizing the risk and it's not the best kind of investment. This one's in here just because they like to include Premier League games. It's a massive game in the Premier League, but the investment side of it seems a little bit more risky just because the prices are already inflated and it's a bit harder to get hold of the players. If they do include this, though, when it's 2 players from Man City, 2 players from Chelsea, and you've picked up a bunch at discard, you are going to make an absolute killing, of course, when it comes to selling them. Just be smart, buy them at the right price, buy them in the right positions, and we are all good to go. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you're still enjoying these videos, make sure you drop that like, subscribe if you're new, comment with any questions, and again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.